Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for Hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies. This Photoshop job of the College Football 27 cover for this year is atrocious. Like, who made this? It's so bad.
This is the deluxe edition. So you have to pay extra to get Kurt Signetti on.
I'm sorry. You're paying extra to get Kurt Signetti?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in this week for GP. Not in the Built Ford Tough studio. We are in the other studio right now because there's all sorts of network things happening. But I'm here. Leonard Doyle's here. Kyra's here. She's not in her.
Kyra's right there.
She's not in her studio either. Yeah, Kyra's right through the glass. Rob Fisher's going to be here. Rob's back from the beach. He survived Tropical Storm Bertha, whatever it was. He's here. So Rob's going to join us. He said he has a lot to say. And we had a lot of stuff to catch up on. We'll start with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope exiting stage right as the Grizzlies continue this refresh of the roster. He's going to Philly, where he's going to join the king himself. LeBron James just signed with the Sixers. We'll talk a little bit about the fallout around the league of LeBron going there. And then in 5 things, we got some college football to talk about. We got some college basketball to talk about. What else we got, Ben? Anything I'm missing here? Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, we have a new Black Panther.
New Black Panther
Update
news.
you on that.
I saw the Odyssey.
Nice.
Yeah.
JB and CJ broke down the Odyssey like for an hour today on their show, so I don't
CJ
know if
didn't
I
like
could.
it.
I know that bothers me.
Me too.
That bothers me. And
it.
I tried to like convince him to like it, and he was like, "Dude, you're not gonna change my mind. Like, it's okay."
Some people are obstinate sometimes. I enjoyed. So yesterday we were all off. We had the day off yesterday because they were doing some network management around here. And you know what? Like, I saw you did some family stuff. I was able to just stay home, but I was thinking, really having a day off, sitting around the house hits different on a Monday than it does on a Sunday or a Saturday, doesn't it? It's like a totally different thing. It feels like you're like playing hooky or something. Like it's much better to have a Monday off than it is a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah, completely agree. No, we had a good weekend. I
saw you were on the river or something.
Oh yeah, I went and kayaked the Wolf River. Which
I wouldn't touch that water.
Yeah, I mean, don't jump in. Stay on your kayak. But we had a blast. And then took the kiddos to the Memphis Reptile Show at the Pipkin Building, which was kind of fun. Got to pet some snakes and stuff. Some what are those things called? The dragons? No, the
Komodo dragons?
no,
Lizards?
no, like
Iguanas.
the dragons that people own. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyways, you got to hold some of
The
those.
dragons that people own.
Yeah, they're the little dragons, not like House of the Dragon. It's like the little dragons. I forget what they're called. Anyways, and then I got to see the new stadium.
Wow.
Yeah. We drove past, took some pictures of the Liberty Bowl. Dude, I'm so stoked about the home opener. I believe so. They're gonna play week 0 at UNLV, and then the home opener is the next week against Arkansas State. I can't wait to be there.
September 5th. Arkansas
Yeah, the
State.
stadium looks so good. So I'm really stoked about it. We got some Memphis football stuff to talk about and 5 things as well.
September 5th, 19th, and October 10th are the first 3 home games here. But let's start with the Grizzlies and around the NBA, the news spreading about LeBron. But it affects us in a way because we have heard for a while now that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope probably not going to be on this roster going forward. We talked about it a lot last week, Bennett, as we try to figure out how the Grizzlies are going to cut down from, what was it, 20-something guys down to 15 to 18 with the 2 ways, I'm sorry. But the Grizzlies finally have reached a buyout with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, according to reports that I saw that he gave back salary from basically what he was going to make from the Sixers. So he ends up breaking even this year. But he gets to go play with LeBron James in Philadelphia, re-team with LeBron. They won a title together on the Lakers. And also, did you notice who Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's agent is? Rich Paul.
Oh, well, there you go. No, this
Clutch
is
Sports.
I think we kind of assumed that we had heard Denver was potentially one of them, but KCP is a guy. He's won 2 championships. It seemed like a guy that was going to latch on to a contender wherever he ends up. And I'm not saying Denver's not a contender, but I think
they're further away.
None of us consider them that right now. Right. And so, this made the most sense. Go reunite with LeBron, a guy you won a title with. And he was excited about it. Like there's this video going around of it on the golf course.
You think that's excited?
Yeah. He's happy, man. And honestly, I'm happy for him. He obviously last season was terrible, and
he was a good teammate last season.
He was a good teammate. Every interaction that I had around him, I'm sure that you had around him. Like he just seemed like a really good guy.
He's a damn good dog, as we would say. He's a Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I had on a Georgia
really is
hat
your guy. Yeah,
early on, and he was very excited by that, and so we had a lot of interactions. He showed up, told everyone to call him Kenny.
Yeah,
and worked really hard to kind of fit in and make himself a good teammate for a younger team. He started starting at the start of the year, and then when injuries hit and things started shifting, he went to that bench role. I never heard him complain about it. He came off the bench, did his job, played 51 games. I think the real tell here is going to be going forward. He shot 40% on threes his whole career. And then 2 years ago with Orlando, he shot 34%. Last year with the Grizzlies, he shot 31% from threes. Now, maybe that changes with Philly because the quality of shot might go up. There's other guys who are going to take some gravity away from the offense.
Yep.
But we'll see if he's able to get that back up to something a little closer to 40%, because that makes a big difference, I think, with him. He also averaged a career high assists last year. So I wonder if that's part of being a veteran, seeing the game differently, realizing things, being able to play in a different way than you played previously. And maybe that's what Philly needs. I don't know if they need a bunch of shooters around those guys.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're going to play LeBron at point guard. Did you hear I was talking about that this morning? No, man. I'm frankly glad for KCP. I saw people, talking about how he's just the consummate veteran. He comes to this situation last year. He's a total pro about it, even though, this is a guy that knows he's in the latter half of his career probably. And what am I doing? I want to be somewhere where I can compete for a title. So I'm glad he's getting that opportunity.
The guy who's won 2 titles.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of people say the one thing about this Grizzlies roster was they needed veterans, right? There was a lot of younger guys that went out and got Taj Gibson. But KCP was one of those veteran guys. He's been around 14 years, which seems crazy because I remember when he showed up at Georgia. But that's one more veteran, I guess, leader voice you're going to lose from this Grizzlies roster. So we'll see what happens going forward with that. There were some rumors this weekend that the Grizzlies might not be done doing things. Peyton Watson's going to end up – looks like the Nuggets are going to have to figure out something to do with him because they matched Spencer Jones's contract.
And I want to say I saw this morning that they made Peyton Watson an offer.
Yeah, but from what I had seen, they made him an offer that he didn't like.
Yeah.
Because he wants to get paid more than Christian Brown, who's getting paid like crazy money.
I like Peyton Watson, man.
He's really good.
Yeah. It sounds like they're asking for, I think they said last thing I saw, they wanted 2 first-round picks.
I saw that too.
That's a little steep.
Yeah,
it's
but
a little steep,
I mean,
but
for them,
hey, listen, when you're like a team like the Grizzlies, you're always going to have to overpay for a free agent. Like, that's kind of one of those things, right? It just is.
It's such a weird market, right?
Yeah. I hate that.
Like,
I mean, that's just small markets in the NBA.
But even like Jaylen Brown you got 2 second-round picks and Paul George for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then Desmond Bane, you get 5 first-round picks or something crazy.
It is weird, yeah.
It's different for everybody. I think a lot of it depends on the seller, right? Because the Nuggets
that's a
are
good
trying
point.
to stay out of that second apron, and they just went into it to match the Spencer Jones deal, who had signed the qualifying offer with the Thunder. And so now the Nuggets are going to try to like get rid of some money somewhere in there. And so Peyton Watson might be a guy who is floating around out there. Started as a defensive stopper, but shot over 40% from 3 last year and became a real 3-and-D guy for that Nuggets team. So that might be another option. Or Cam Johnson might be someone else for that Nuggets team as they try to figure out some things to do. And the Grizzlies have put themselves in a spot where they're flexible. They have assets.
Yep.
And they're just trying to accumulate talent basically at this point, and they've got a lot of that to go with. The LeBron to the Sixers thing, let's go back to that.
Yeah, so Friday was weird because the news breaks during the middle of the show. So we're like talking about one thing, and Jess was in studio with us, and then we just have to pivot to LeBron because it's the biggest story in sports. And so we kind of talked about it initially, like our initial thoughts on Friday, but obviously a ton more has come out over the longer weekend for us, and I think some interesting things.
I like that nowadays, like we live in this society. I don't like that we live in a society where we're all always on camera, basically. People are filming everything. But now you get to see people's reactions instantaneously to a lot of this stuff. Like, did you see the clip of Steph Curry on the golf course?
Yeah.
He's like on the golf course on his phone, and he finds out LeBron's going to the Sixers. And like people are like, what do you think, Steph? Like that's a harsh way to find out, like live in the moment.
So, okay, a couple of the big notes from this over the weekend. I got a note on Steph too.
Okay.
So this is no surprise, and it's the reason why Adam Silver said what he said about how we need a decision from LeBron soon. The Sixers are going to have 34 national TV games this season. That is the most allowed by the NBA. So that's why he wanted a decision from LeBron. You find out where LeBron's going, that team's getting a ton of national TV games, and so obviously that's going to happen.
The Sixers would have anyway, though.
They would
right?
have anyways,
like,
but with this amount of star power, and now you add LeBron, of course you're going to get the most. That makes complete sense. LeBron is going to live in New York City and commute by helicopter to Philly.
I used to live in New York City, and as part of my job, I covered, when I was working for NBA TV, NBA.com, I would cover games in Philly a lot.
Yeah.
You could take a train from New York. There's trains every half hour from New York City to Philly. It's about an hour.
Okay.
It's not terrible. If you drive because of traffic, it's going to take you
2
an hour
hours.
and a half,
Okay.
maybe 2 hours. Yeah, depending on time of day. Helicopter, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. What's that? Less than a train, I would guess, right?
And it makes sense because of the proximity. Like, I get it. Like these big cities up north, a lot of them are close. Like we were in Baltimore, a couple weeks ago, and you can go to Philly and it takes like an hour and a half to get there or something like that. So it's it makes sense, I guess. But
not
like,
really to me.
I wouldn't be happy if I was a Philly fan about that. Like, come on, man. Like you wanted to, you wanted to come here. Now live in our town.
Yeah.
That would annoy me a little bit.
Like I guess LeBron's point is like, how often are you actually there? During the season, you're traveling all the time.
That's true.
You got a 5-game homestand. You're going to be flying back and forth to New York every day. Like, I don't know. That seems kind of crazy. I know Kobe had the helicopter accident. And that to me is like, if I'm an athlete, I'm like, oh wait, like,
yeah, right.
You know, this. Let's just make this as simple as possible. I'm going to live around the corner for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
His wife and children can live other places. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can go visit them once a week.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen on the reports, it's like LeBron seems like he's going to commute basically like every day.
Man, it just goes to show there's levels to this thing. Private helicopter to and from games. Yeah, that's wild. Okay, so there's that that he's going to commute. And then I thought this was interesting from Rich Paul. When he was asked about the decision, he said that LeBron was on an emotional roller coaster every day deciding between Philly, Cleveland, Miami, and Golden State. He said everyone was at some point leading the race before LeBron ultimately chose the Sixers at 1 a.m. on Friday. That's pretty interesting. The fact that he says that everyone was leading the race, you know, I because when we were talking about it for the past couple weeks, I thought Miami. And then when the damn YouTube thing came out, I was like, it's definitely going to be Miami. We actually had Philly in last place out of the four. Like it was, I think Gary said Cleveland made the most sense, followed by Golden State because of, you know, Steph, Curry and LeBron, the career paths that they both taken and how they've always been kind of, you know, in this league together and all the meetings. And then, but yeah, Philly was last, man, and that's the one that he chose.
When you and I,
but it makes the most basketball sense. We always said that.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
When you and I talked about it, I was like, you know what, Embiid's the real question mark there because he's hurt all the time. But if he's healthy, like that's an incredible starting five
for sure.
If they're playing LeBron at point guard, I guess Maxey kind of goes off ball a little more, and then Edgecombe, sort of the three, can just like be your defender, can guard whoever the best offensive wing player is. I get it from a basketball standpoint. I'm still surprised he chose Philly because those other ones, Cleveland, Miami, Golden State, there's some sort of emotional tie to each of those.
Yes.
Right? There's
the relationship with Draymond and Steph. Steve Kerr coached him in the Olympics. Obviously, Miami and Cleveland, he's been there.
Where he played, so you would think of those four places, those three, you would think had some sort of a head start on the other ones, but apparently not. And he chose the one. And his statement I thought was interesting where he said, like, look, I'm just trying to pick a place where I can compete. I want to put in the work. I want to do what it takes to win.
And I mean, dude, honestly, for like the feel good vibes of it all, they haven't won a title since '83. Like if he brings a title to Philly, he's gonna be a hero there. I mean, he just is.
So Charles
it's another franchise that will like forever love LeBron if he brings them a title.
Charles Barkley was on one of those talking shows over the last few days, and
isn't that what we do? Isn't this a talking show?
I guess so.
Yeah.
And one of the Charles had a great career with the Sixers. Got there right after they won the title. But Charles said if LeBron wins 2 titles in Philly, he becomes the GOAT. And I saw that and I was like, I love you, Charles, but like that just feels like such an arbitrary thing.
Yeah, I mean it's a 2-year deal, so that'd have to be back to back.
If he wins 1 title, that doesn't make him the GOAT. Right. If he wins 2, that pushes him over the edge.
That does it.
I don't understand that at all.
That.
I don't. To me, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. LeBron's the best. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, like LeBron's the best player we'll see in our lifetimes, probably, just in terms of talent, skill, durability, all those things.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan's the greatest. Like, there's an aura. That's the word the kids use.
LeBron was always my GOAT, but now he's my former GOAT because of the Memphis comments. He could regain current GOAT.
Yeah.
He could regain current GOAT in my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could have played for us.
Time heals all wounds.
He could have played for us and commuted.
That's true. Yeah.
Take helicopter to, I don't know, Olive Branch.
So we got some reactions from just like players around the league. You mentioned Steph Curry. They asked him about it. He said that's why you don't envision anything until it happens. It does sound like he's disappointed. Yeah. It sounds like that he thought this had a really good chance of happening. Now that it doesn't, and you just look at that Warriors roster, it's like, what do you do? I mean, you really... Maybe you hope that Jimmy Butler is back and healthy and you can...
Would you trade Steph?
And I've seen that. I just feel like, man...
That's a hard one.
That's tough. Like, you want to do right by him. I think it's one of those where you try your best to win and maybe eventually he says something. That's how this goes, right? Like eventually he's going to say something and be like, yo, if we're not ready to...
He's not going to do that. Like,
you don't think he'll do that?
I don't know if you can. Like, it's a weird, like, detente where neither one can be the one to do it. I think if you're Steph, The only way to do it is if you come out, the team starts out, 5-25 or something, and you come out and you're like, look, like, I love this franchise. I want to give this franchise long-term the best chance to succeed. That probably means you need to trade me and give me a chance to compete right now as my window is closing and get the most assets back from me that you can.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way to really do it, I think. And maybe that's a conversation the Warriors have to have with Steph behind closed doors.
Right.
And Steph might say, I don't want to be the one to say that. You're going to have to just do it. They're in a weird kind of like staring match at the moment.
Yeah.
You'll have to figure out what to do with that.
And then two more reactions before we get fishing here. So KD was asked about it. He said everyone in the NBA is either chasing rings, shot attempts, or money. Well, yeah. I think that's true. That's accurate statement. And then my favorite reaction from around. Well, he's not in the league anymore, but it was probably my favorite reaction video of the LeBron signing. This was Derrick Rose when he was asked about it.
I'm going to ask you where you thought LeBron was going to end up, but what do you think of LeBron's decision 2.0?
With the 76ers.
Yeah, he landed with the Sixers.
I mean, I'm out of the game. I'm happy for him, but that's not my life no more.
It's not his life no more.
I love D-Rose.
I know.
I love D. You could tell he hates LeBron. I love D-Rose.
You could tell he just doesn't care about the NBA. At this
Maybe
point.
that's
you
it.
know? I think
you know what?
it.
That's unfair. I don't think he hates LeBron.
I think he's more like I hate all this stuff. Like we're just moving. Like I don't care about that. You know that event he was doing.
I bet if off the record you talked to Derrick Rose and asked him his thoughts on LeBron, he would be like, meh.
Yeah, that was some sort of like
you.
WNBA All-Star event in Chicago. That he was doing for like kids in the community. Like
he's the best.
Yeah,
I love that guy. That is one of my all-time favorite players. Will never change. He's the best.
He's the GOAT.
Let's bring Fish in here.
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll come right back. Rob Fisher is going to join us. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins, big and small, become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments, big and small, with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Everybody says about you, they're like, he wins at every level, right? He won in high school, he won in AAU, he won in college. Just explain to me how. Like, what is winning basketball?
I mean, I think it's just showing up every day. You know, I don't cheat the game. I show up at work, I have high energy, great coaching. First and foremost, I've always been surrounded by great coaches and players who really want to buy in and win. People talk about my winning, but you can't do that without a team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show. Lang Whitaker here with Bennett Doyle and Kyra Black. And joining us now, he's coming in hot, straight off vacation, Rob Fisher. Rob, what you survived, what was it, Tropical Storm Bertha?
Bertha, yeah.
How did that make your vacation at the beach?
Sucked. Because the day we got there, the 7-hour drive turned into a 9-hour drive.
Because of the weather?
You get close down there, and everybody's coming in.
Oh, right.
And the directions took us somewhere we weren't supposed to go. So we had to re-enter the directions, and we were literally 28 minutes away from the office, 3 miles away.
Were you driving?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to get out of this car. So then we get out of the car, starts pouring down rain. And so we're like, all right, well, let's just go to dinner and stuff. Yeah. And then Sunday, rained all day. Monday, it was kind of off and on rain. Tuesday, rain. Wednesday, rain. And not only rain, but double red flag, nobody allowed in the water, no umbrellas allowed at the beach, nothing. I mean,
you texted me one night and you said you were sitting on the beach with your feet in the water, but it was like midnight.
Yes.
That was like the only time you could go. Yeah.
That was probably my best night.
So what'd you do the rest of the time? Like, were you watching a lot of TV? How'd you guys fill the time?
I mean, my biggest problem with the rain was I got rabbit holed on Twitter.
Okay.
And started to get angry and stuff.
You told me you woke up one day and made a list.
I made a list of things that are making me angry in the world, and like Caitlin Clark,
just the political
just
stuff
the whole
around her.
thing with Caitlin, and it just got me angry. The ESPN firings got me angry. That got me angry because it's crazy that we overreact to something like that happens every 2 years.
Yeah.
At ESPN.
Yeah. It used to be a special place, they say. You've seen that? Like, people are like, wow, you work at ESPN, it's like a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you start making some money and they fire you.
Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago. When I was 23 years old, I moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And joined a national sports network, sports fan radio network. At the time, there were only 2 sports networks, radio.
Okay.
And around. It was Sports Fan Radio Network and SEN.
All right.
And they were the only 2. ESPN hadn't started doing radio or nothing. And I learned quickly there at the age of 23, and it left there when I was 25, that they hire young people like myself who will take very little money and be very excited about the job.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, when you're supposed to get a raise of a certain amount, and they go, oh, no, we're not doing that. You're getting your 3%. And you're like, well, wait a second. It says I'm supposed to get like 20%.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, that's not going to happen. So long, get the next 23-year-old that'll come in. And that happens at national networks.
Yeah.
And then ESPN changed it to where they started having their on-air TV talent start to do radio as well. But before that, when they had just radio people that were working all day, do you remember Todd Wright up all night with Todd Wright?
Sort of.
I worked with Todd Wright when I was in Vegas. Same thing. He was really good and did the overnight show on ESPN, started making too much money. He was out. And that became what those national networks did. And it was like, I saw it from a very young age, and I think you still see it today.
A lot of those places, they always say like, oh, it's a family. It's like you're part of the family. And I always think you're part of the family until you're not.
And and then you hate your family.
Then at some point you're not in it anymore. So yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, well, joining the family in Philly is LeBron James. We talked about this a second ago before you got here. LeBron coming into the Sixers, like, do you think this makes the Sixers a title contender in the East? Or, I mean, we saw them, they were okay this year. Like, is this what they need to get to that next level?
I mean, I guess, based on the talent that they have, I think you have to consider them as Eastern Conference title contenders. But this week on the Odds Couple on Thursday, our top 5 is going to be the top 5 teams, seed them 1 through 5 in the East.
All right.
There are 9 teams you can put in that top 5.
In the East.
I mean, you can't forget about Indiana.
True.
You can't forget about Atlanta. I think Atlanta's put a nice team together.
They're good.
And they were 6th last year.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Boston.
What about Orlando? Do you put them in there?
I don't think Orlando's even in the mix.
No.
I mean, is Miami a top 5 team in the East? Are they?
They have Giannis and Bam.
Right.
I don't know.
But are they? I mean, if you're going to put Miami in, Toronto's probably out.
Yeah.
But isn't Toronto a top 5 team with Kawhi coming back and the team that they have around there?
I don't know with them. Like, I don't know what to make of Toronto.
If
I mean, I think
he
it's
does
very-
come
He's
back,
there, yeah. Who knows if he's going back?
I think it's interesting. And then you can't forget about Detroit. I mean,
True.
what Detroit did last year.
Like the best regular season team.
And blew through the East last year. So, they'll have Duran back, I assume.
Yeah.
So is Detroit going to be the best team? The Knicks, we didn't even mention the Knicks, and they won the
best team in the
championship.
East, yeah.
And they finished 3rd last year in the East.
And they pretty much have everyone back except Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd put Philadelphia first, just because
There's
the
a
only
lot.
place they're not deep is center. And that's the one biggest concern if he goes down for a significant amount of time. And LeBron didn't play 65 last year. I mean, what's the
Yeah. I don't know how many he played.
What's the hope of him playing 65 this year? So what happens when Embiid's down? What happens if LeBron's sitting out games? Can they? I mean, it doesn't matter to them until they get to the postseason.
LeBron played 60 last year.
60. So it doesn't matter for them until they get to the postseason.
Yeah.
But will they be in position to be 1 or 2 or 3? Where are they going to fall? I don't know. I don't know if they'll be 1. I don't think they'll be 1.
I wonder if like the Sixers can use LeBron, like if Embiid goes down for like they're starting
To
to
play center?
Yeah.
Oh, well, why not?
Yeah, like why don't you put him there for a game or two? Like I think the real question, like you said, is going to be like we saw Jaylen Brown kind of will that wounded Celtics team last year to a great record, and he was doing what he could. Like there might be nights where they're like, "Hey, man, Embiid's out tonight. LeBron's got a sore back. Just
Take
do your
over."
thing." Yeah, and Jaylen Brown gets to do what he wants to do, and then the next night they're like, "All right, everyone's back. Just play your part. Do your job." I think that's part of the wild card in all this is how does Jaylen Brown fit into this?
How do you play your part? I mean,
Does he want to? Because in Boston last year, like we saw by the end of the year, like I think that's one of the reasons they moved him for pennies on the dollar was they were like, we just got to get rid of this guy. Like it's not working here. And we saw even this week with Jason Tatum's comments about, you see that to his kids
Leadership.
at the camp, and he's like, yeah, I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. And people said Jaylen Brown thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. So I don't know the true nature of that relationship, but it seems like Boston, reading the tea leaves, looked like they were like, we got to do something. We got to move on from Jaylen Brown and turn the page here. I just
Boston
don't know
still
if that
has a good
fits.
surrounding cast of characters, and some would argue that Jason Tatum coming back, you've upgraded from Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, you can argue it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if you win that argument, but you can argue that that's an upgrade over Jaylen Brown, and then the surrounding cast that they have is still pretty much in place.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't count them out. I don't think. I think
know,
it's
yeah.
very interesting when you try to sort out who's going to be your top 5 of the East, and
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
in order. How they'll finish is pretty fascinating.
Did you think he was going to go to Philly? Like we talked
No.
about it last week on the shows, and we kind of by the time he signed with Philly, we'd kind of talked ourselves out of Philly being one of the top options, and then he ends up going there.
I figured Cleveland all along.
Yeah. I
just
figured
because
Cleveland or
home,
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah. It's home, and then go try and win a championship, and then have your little farewell tour.
The one thing about Cleveland to me was it would be kind of weird to go to a team 3 times in your career.
Yeah.
Right? Like he did it once, he left, he came back, won a title, left again, and then to like come back a 3rd time seems like, all right, like that's a little much. I did not, and that's why I thought maybe Miami would make a little more sense. Just he went there once, won a title, left, finish out in Miami. Like a lot of old people retire in Miami. So maybe that was what
Spo
LeBron's
was his
plan
best coach that he's ever had.
Yeah.
That would have made
So
sense.
you think that
Yeah.
might be an option, but then he ends up just kind of going wild card and taking the team that he has zero connection to.
Zero.
Yeah.
And now they're saying he's going to live in New York and fly in the helicopter.
We were
and
talking about
everything.
this.
What?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think, well, I don't know. But we were saying if you're a Sixers fan, wouldn't you say like live in our city, man? Like Philly's a great town.
Right.
Like why wouldn't you just live somewhere? Like it's not like you're there all that much anyway during the season, like you're practicing every day, you're traveling every day, all that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's good for him, I guess. I don't know. I've been fascinated, too, by the conversation of him chasing rings. Or do the rings chase him?
Yeah.
Is he chasing the ring, or by putting himself in Philadelphia, the ring's coming to him?
Yeah, I told Bennett, I saw Charles Barkley say if LeBron wins 2 rings in Philly, that makes him the GOAT. And I was like, well, that just seems so arbitrary. Like, what? What if you win 1 ring in Philly? Like, then what? You're still not the GOAT? Like, that's the line. There's the line. You got to win 2 in Philly to be the GOAT. And I was like, I don't think he'll ever be the GOAT just because Jordan never lost to finals. You know, like the kids these days, your daughter's about the same age as my son. They talk about aura all the time. Kids do. Like, oh, this person's got aura. Like, Jordan's got that because he's not going to come back and lose a finals.
Right.
Like we know. Although it does remind me a little bit LeBron's statement of, I'm coming back because I just want to put in the work. I want to be a part of something. When Jordan came back on the Wizards at the end of his career, I was working at Slam and I covered some of that. And the Wizards were terrible. Like they had Rip Hamilton and that was kind of it. And Jordan comes back and he's like, we're not going to win a title. I'm just going to play and show these kids how to play. And he averaged 20 a game when he was 40, like whatever it was. It was amazing.
Yeah. And had a 50-point game or a 40-point game?
I believe so, yeah.
Something?
I went to one of those games and was doing a story on him for Slam as like Jordan in winter at the end of his career. And they played the Hawks, and I talked to a bunch of the Hawks guys after the game, and they're like, man, he was talking so much trash during the game, even though he's like old and can't dunk on anybody anymore. He was still just talking the whole game. And I think LeBron's probably that same kind of stage in his career where he's like, that's why you play the game, right? Like you don't play because you want to travel and you want to make the money. He's made all that stuff. He's won the titles. This is a chance to just compete. And I think like he'll like doing that. Before we take a break, KCP took the buyout from the Grizzlies and is going to go join that team. We were saying like KCP was only here for a year, but great dude to have around. Like I enjoyed having him around, and it was a good like veteran presence for this team.
Yeah, it was unfortunate he couldn't play more, but that was really a byproduct of
the way
we
it
didn't
went.
want him to play more.
Yeah, right.
I know.
So, but yeah, he was cool to have around, and he's a good dude. And
Kenny,
I think that I think he probably wanted a buyout. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious that he
for sure.
he wants an opportunity here at the end of his career. But I give him a lot of credit. He never said anything publicly.
That's what I was saying. Like I was, the whole time he was here, I never heard him complain.
Never
heard him.
Never.
Yeah.
No.
Showed up, did media, was nice to everyone. Smile, always had a smile on his face. It was great.
And I think it's one of the reasons why you like having, Beef Stew come.
True.
A veteran who's not a very old.
Yeah, he's like
veteran.
27,
I
right?
know.
Yeah. Like,
And Jeremy Grant, a
That's
veteran.
true.
You hope that those guys can have that sort of influence on a young team.
yeah, I was saying, that losing a KCP means losing one of those older voices, a guy who's been around. He's 14 seasons in the NBA. Grant hasn't played that much, nor Beef Stew. I mean, Taj Gibson has.
Right.
But we'll see if he's around next year. But
And I think a guy like, we've changed to where now, one of our big voices is a young second-year player who sounds like he's 28, 29 years old when he talks.
you know who else does?
And I think it's kind of a different sort of vibe as far as the talking that's going to be going on.
You know who else
within
does?
this team.
Is a guy who's 18 years old, Boozer. Cameron Boozer.
Yes, you're right.
Everything you hear Cameron Boozer say, it's like, well, we're about winning. It's leadership. We're just going to show up. But like every time I see a quote from Cameron Boozer, it looks like a 10-year veteran saying that stuff. And maybe if that's coming from your younger guys setting the tone, like that can be as impactful as it is if it's a KCP or a Beef Stew or one of those type of guys. All right, let's take a break, Bennett. We're going to come back. We have 5 things to get to. Rob, you're going to hang around with us because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. You have a lot to say.
I have a lot to say.
He's fired. He's been cooped up for the last week.
I'm going to look up my list.
All right. Which one? How many lists did you make?
My list of things that made me angry during vacation.
All right. We'll get to that. That could be another top 5.
I like it.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here. You're watching The Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player. You know, someone that's gonna contribute in winning, a competitor. You know, a high IQ player. You know, someone that's gonna play the right way. And yeah, like I said, like the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media. Lane Whitaker alongside Bennett Doyle and Rob Fisher sitting in today as we get you into 5 things.
Number 1.
By the way,
bad. This
you're good.
New studio.
New studio, yeah. That's why I said in the chat that this was the low sound might be your fault.
Yeah, maybe.
I actually, by the way, just before we get to the 5 things, I spoke to someone who knows some things over the weekend. You know, the Grizzlies, we lost the Summer League championship game, and they ran that play at the end.
Don't remind me.
They apparently ran that play 2 other times over the Summer League and scored on both plays. That last time, it just didn't work. So everyone saw that play, and they're like, what are they doing? Like, that was a play that worked for the Grizzlies over the course of Summer League. It just didn't work that last time. Bad luck.
Final Four banner, though. I like that.
Yeah, we got a Final Four.
Nice.
I think Vernon made that.
Yeah. It looks like something he's right.
It does, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the 5 things. Number 1, we're going to talk about. Do you have the number 1 sound, Bennett?
Yeah, I already played it.
Okay.
Okay, so AAC Media Days was last week, and Coach Huff talked to the media about the upcoming Memphis football season and had a really interesting quote that's making the rounds. We got the video for it, and we'll play it for you.
In terms of opportunity for you guys, you current coaches, does it mean the landscape's open to fill the void of programs losing continuity? Does it mean a big platform for you to move on? How do you see the transient nature that's become in the American coaching realm?
Yeah, I can't speak for any of the other coaches just because I'm not sure of their situation. But for me, I'm in the best situation possible. I'm in a vehicle that has the resources, that has the platform, and has the opportunity to continue to grow. So hopefully I'll be standing here 1 more, 2 more, 3 more years, and then I'll be standing in a Power 4 conference with the same logo on, with the same people, with the same president, with the same AD, and hopefully some of the same players. Because I'm in a vehicle that can do that. I can't speak about anyone else's vehicle, but the vehicle I'm in, I feel really good about. I feel really good about not only tomorrow and fall camp and this season, but for the next 10 years. And when you find a house that you can renovate and you can add to and you don't have to move 10 times, I think you stay in it. But I can't speak for any other program because I don't know if they have that type of support. I don't know if they have that type of leadership. But for us at Memphis, we had really good people from top to bottom. And if we continue to press forward, we'll all get to where we ultimately want to be together in the same uniform.
He called it a house. He called it a vehicle. He's called it lots of different things. But you know what he didn't say, but he kind of said, is that, like, we ain't long for the AAC.
I mean,
at AAC Media Day.
Super interesting. I mean, he clearly is not going to do the coach speak stuff that we've seen maybe in the past. To
be clear, we haven't seen it from him at all.
That's
we've seen other coaches talk around, but I was just thinking I don't think he's missed once, has he? Since he's gotten hired as the Memphis Tigers coach. Every time you hear a quote from him, you're like, oh, all right.
Here's my question, though. It's not one of the things on my list from vacation that I was angry about.
Hater list.
Because I enjoy listening to him speak. I mean, every time he speaks, I'm like, go Charlie Huff.
That's right.
Let's go Tigers.
That's right.
Go Tigers, go. But my what I wonder is, why have we lowered expectations?
To what?
I mean, it feels like people would be happy with 8-4 this year because he's rebuild. What's he rebuilding? I mean, this is a team that was winning 10 games under a bad coach.
Yeah.
This was a team that had to replace 71 players last year with a bad coach.
Yeah.
Well, now we got a really good coach. He's got to replace 71 players. Why isn't the expectation the same? Why isn't the expectation? Because the expectation for the last 3 years has been win the conference championship or bust, period.
Yeah.
That's right.
So why isn't the expectation about getting to a conference championship? I mean, Las Vegas and some of the football media people around the country are expecting or predicting that the Tigers will be a team that will be in the playoff.
Yeah.
So why aren't we having that expectation?
I'm playing this current season in NCAA 26. The Tigers are in the playoff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they made it.
I mean, their schedule is tough.
Is Lang
this year.
Whitaker the quarterback?
No, Cam Boozer's the quarterback of Georgia.
That's hilarious. So they open at UNLV in week 0, which is so awesome. I love that Memphis is playing week 0. I'm so glad that they got this done. We a couple years ago we were talking about week 0, and I was like, why University of Memphis should be trying to play week 0 every single year, because you just get buried in the on a big Saturday college football day. You in your league, you just get buried amongst all the massive games that are on. Well, week 0. Whatever game's on, in that time slot, is the biggest game. It doesn't matter what teams it is. It could be 2 Sun Belt teams. It's huge, and a ton of people are going to watch it. And so them playing that game on Fox to start the season is super cool. I think it's a 9 p.m. start.
It's 9 p.m. on Fox on Saturday, August 29th. That's probably according to the lines here, that's the best line of all those games. It's 5.5. UNLV's favored by 5.5. Stanford, Hawaii is a 4-point line, but other than that, it's all a touchdown for all these other games. Except for USC is a 35.5 favorite over San Jose State.
I mean, and that's week 0 where you're playing another team that could be fighting for that spot.
So that's a big game.
Dan Mullen.
Then they get the home opener at Arkansas State. I'm pretty sure that they play a couple of the better AAC programs on the road this year. So maybe that's why the expectations are where they are. But I agree with you, Fish. I mean, it should be just with the level that they're operating and trying to run this program. It should honestly be conference championship. That's what the fan base wants for this program.
It feels like there's a little bit of a bridesmaid period for Charles Huff. He's just he's new. We'll give him a year or two.
For sure.
Maybe he's.
I'd give him a year.
But my thing is, it's not like he's coming into a 6-7 program.
No, you're right.
And we also, I don't know that much about his system. What's different from
We don't know anything about him. We haven't seen him coach yet.
I don't know. The Tigers play on the road at UNLV, at Boise State, week 3, which game's on USA Network.
I saw that.
It's kind of
random as hell.
And then they play at Charlotte, at Tulane.
Yeah.
Who else do they play at? At South Florida. I don't know if they'll be good or not because Golish left. And at Navy, which is always a thing. So those are all not easy games on the road for the Tigers.
But his comments about maybe I'll have the same logo, but won't be in the same league here in a couple years. To say that at AAC Media Days is wild, by the way.
I know.
That's wild. But it just goes to show, because obviously Coach Huff is new here. He's a first-year head coach in Memphis. He's obviously hearing things. He wouldn't just go out and say that without having some idea of what's going on behind the scenes. Jonah Dillon's done a great job being there covering AAC Media Days, and there was a quote that was making the rounds. I don't know if it was a coach or an AD, but basically saying that there's the bottom tier, there's the middle of the pack, and then there's Memphis and South Florida at the level that they're operating money-wise. And so it seems like the U of M has really set themselves up if something does shake up again, which
that's the big part.
A lot of stuff going around right now in college football.
What's
in
going to
college
shake
sports? What's going to shake up? We'll see. But it sounds like that they position themselves well. So,
but what are you positioning yourself for? Like
the ACC to implode?
I don't know. Like, are you waiting for the SEC to secede from college, whatever, from the NCAA? Yeah, and to take some teams. Like, I don't know what are you. Well, that's the part that's hard, I think, for fans to look at this and be like, they're setting themselves up, they're ready, but we don't know what for.
I thought
we're just ready.
I thought this was kind of interesting. There's obviously all the stuff going on at Capitol Hill right now. With the isn't it the Save College Sports Act?
Yeah, the Save Act.
But they've got representatives from obviously the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, but they've also got representatives from the Pac-12 and from the American Conference, which that probably means nothing in the grand scheme of like conference realignment, but
the Protect College Sports Act. Sorry.
It's just interesting that they would have those leagues, at the table for this with the big boys.
Yeah, but it feels like you can't just have. I mean, for practical purposes, like you just need the Big Ten and the SEC there, probably.
Yep.
Maybe have someone from the ACC hanging around, getting you a glass of water, but
Big 12 too. I should have mentioned.
I guess.
Yeah.
They can bring you some Monster energy drinks. But I think if you're like, you're trying, it's like, right, no, you want representation. So you have to have people there from all these places to at least pay lip service to, like, you're listening to them. But that, to me, the bigger question here is what's going to happen? Because like how are you going to get, he says 2, 3, 4 years, we'll be in a power conference. How?
Yeah, how does that happen?
How does that happen?
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that they know something we don't.
Yeah, but what? What do they know?
I don't know.
Like I just don't know. Like what do they know? If they know something, cool. Then why can't they tell us? And why does nobody know?
What could that look like? I mean, that could look like the SEC and Big Ten go off on their own.
It could be.
And now you're left with the others.
And now you're in a power conference because there's no power teams left.
Right.
That's true. I mean, is it still a power? Are you in a power conference if you join the ACC and the SEC and the Big Ten are not in the NCAA?
Right.
Because that feels like you're
Not
kind
very
of
powerful.
it's like you missed the boat. Yeah. So I don't know. It's they're saying there's not going to be a vote on the Protect College Sports Act before August. So we'll see what happens with all that stuff.
Number 2.
Josh Pastner.
Staying with Memphis coaches.
Did you see this clip over the weekend of him talking about? Here, let's play the clip first, and we'll talk about it.
I know a lot of people are trying to become owners of this NBA team coming in 2029. I have told people, why? Buy the college basketball team. It's legal now. You can be the owner of the UNLV Running Rebels men's basketball team, and it's a lot less expensive. You don't have to spend over $1 billion to own our team. I'm asking for 10 to 12 million to own our team, and you still get a great tax write-off, and you can be as involved, and you can tell everyone you're the owner of the team.
He did come out yesterday and say he didn't necessarily mean own the team.
The UNLV social media posted that clip.
Right.
And they were like, you want to buy a team? And then today they had to be like, no, we were, that's a euphemism. Like we weren't speaking,
Josh.
Yeah.
Isn't it surprising to y'all though that that Vegas with that football team and that basketball team, because it does seem like they don't have the resources, right? I mean, we know that the UNLV, the football team, is maybe expected to be the favorite in the Mountain West this year, right? And could compete for a playoff.
But they've come a long way because they sucked for a while.
Right. And then in basketball, like we'll see if they can, get that thing back to prominence. But it kind of does surprise me that in Vegas, and that's like the show in town with college sports, that it just...
The population in Vegas, city population of Las Vegas is approximately 680,000 in the city limits.
And that's grown.
Broader metropolitan area of 2.4 million residents. You used to live there, like you told us. But I do feel like Vegas, it's a very much a tourism town, right? Like the economy is based on that. And I think as the national economy goes, probably has a larger effect on Vegas in terms of tourism dollars coming in or international tourism dollars coming in. So maybe that's a part of it in Vegas is these guys, and that's why we see Pastner out here like passing the hat, basically. Like,
well, and now they're getting passed over. I mean, when I lived in Vegas, at the time, again, it was a long time ago. We're talking, 30 years ago, and it was at the time the fastest growing city in America, and it hasn't really slowed down since I left. But I always felt like because of the population, because of the tourism, because of people having jobs that they work late at night at the casinos and things like that, that they could never support major league sports. Well, here you go. You got hockey that's thriving. You got football that's doing well.
WNBA.
You got WNBA that's doing well. You got baseball on its way. You got basketball probably on its way as well.
Which might be part of it too. Is like not only are all those sports thriving, but those are sucking up a lot of the dollars
now. And, they're getting passed over. UNLV is at this point, and I mean Thomas and Mack is. It's not a glitzy, glamorous arena.
No, it's old. It's old. Like I've been there for summer league a couple times. There was a story in The Athletic yesterday about college basketball and the money in it in the sport right now. And it said The Athletic surveyed 25 high major coaches last weekend at Peach Jam, which is like the big high school tournament they have. Many of whom spoke on the condition of anonymity because roster numbers are not made public and to protect their relationship. But anyway, they asked all these coaches to estimate how much teams in their conference spent on their rosters last season. So they did it 2 years ago also. So the SEC in 25-26, coaches estimated they spent $9.7 million on their teams, which would put them in the Josh Pastner $10 million range, right? Big East was $8 million, Big Ten $8.5 million. Big 12, 8.6. Last season, the SEC went from $9.7 million to $18 million per team. The Big East went up to 14. All of the Big Five were at least in double figures. ACC was the smallest at $11.5 million per roster.
So you can get a bargain with UNLV.
I mean, the price of the brick has gone up. I think that's a lesson we're learning. It sounds like it's going way up. And I guess, like, you know, if you're a BYU, like, you're going to pay one guy a lot of money and a lot of other guys not that much money, it seems like. Or you know, Duke might be a little more spread out, sprinkled among the guys. Like, it seems like you got to figure this stuff out. But until we have the Protect College Sports Act get paid and there's like a real salary cap involved and all that stuff, it's kind of the Wild West right now. And that's why you see a Pastner come out there just begging straight up. I've seen so many clips of Dillingham at Arizona State, the football coach there, doing the same thing. Have you seen, like, I've seen at least 3 or 4 clips in the last 6 months of him just begging. We live in Phoenix. I just need someone to come write me a check for $10 million, $20 million, take care of our team for the year. Like, I think these coaches are at the mid majors or the smaller majors are kind of reduced to this now. Like,
begging for money.
Yeah. Like, like they're just asking, give us money. We need money. Because whatever we're getting from the school is not enough. The problem at the SEC, well, not a problem, it's good for them. You're seeing it with baseball too, especially. So, like, the football teams are making so much NIL money that's trickling down to the other places. Like last year when, like 2 years ago, when 14 of the 16 SEC teams made the NCAA tournament for basketball, and then Tennessee won the baseball national championship. This year there was another SEC team in the mix. There's several. That money is trickling down to other programs now at these schools, and they're having more money to deal with than other teams and other conferences have. Yeah. So if you're at a UNLV, if you're at Arizona State, these schools, I think this is the new normal. Until this Protect College Sports Act gets passed, we're going to see these guys just saying, I need money. Give me money.
More
money.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Number 3.
Speaking of more money.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys saw this video. So the game experience at a college football team on a fall weekend, they try to maximize it, make the best of it. Mississippi State baseball last year introduced like condos in the outfield. Right. Have you guys seen that? They try to make it a thing. Texas A&M has gone another step further. Can we roll this video, Kyra? This is Texas A&M's football program this year is introducing a condo facility, game day suites, right near the stadium.
That's
where
pretty sweet.
You drive
No
in, you
pun
park.
intended.
Look at that.
Well, that's kind of neat.
That's cool.
You party it up for the weekend.
So it's right by the stadium.
Yeah,
you're
it's
saying?
somewhere
you
near
rent
the
these
stadium.
out? Boy, they're
No, I think
huge.
you buy them.
Oh, you buy them?
Yeah,
Okay.
some Texas oil money here. Like you buy one of these places, perhaps from the school.
Got a little dog park. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, I guess you can go there during the season, during the off season and stuff, but the game day suites.
Eh.
Would you do it?
I mean, if you're saying these are for sale, then they're all going to be on Airbnb in like a couple, months.
Unless there's rules against that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
HOA rules.
Fair enough.
You're speaking to an HOA board member.
Would I do
Would
that?
I do it? No, I don't have money to afford that.
If you
I'm
could
sure
afford
it's
it,
obnoxious.
If you could afford it, would you do it? Like, I went to a Mississippi State game last year, and a football game, and they have tents set up right outside the stadium, and you buy a tent, and that's your spot, and you can do that. At Georgia games, I go, and my buddies and I, we just like find a spot somewhere in a parking lot and just hang out for a couple hours before the game. If you could have that experience, though, like I feel like it's kind of awesome. Like I would much rather sit on a couch and watch 5 televisions and then get up 10 minutes before kickoff.
No offense, but I don't know if I want it at Mississippi State.
Oh, sure. What about at Texas A&M?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
It's at Texas A&M. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mississippi State. Texas A&M.
You don't want to sit around Lubbock in the heat? That's
No,
Texas
and then
Tech,
what do we do
right?
in the
That's
off
Tech,
season
yeah.
of football? Where I'm living in this place that I bought, and I'm like all by myself.
You
and
be in
there's
College
nobody
Station.
around?
Yeah, you hang out, walk over to the basketball game, baseball.
That's insane.
Yeah,
but they got enough big money people that'll buy them.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I don't know if that would work in most places. At Texas A&M, that'll probably work just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fill those things up.
And what do you think one of those costs?
Ooh.
1.6.
Okay, I don't.
1.8.
I mean, this is just some website. It says that each suite is priced at $362,000.
What?
To own?
$562. I'm sorry, $500,000.
Okay. I was just gonna say if it's
I might
3,
get a
those
couple
things
of
are
them.
selling out quick.
Yeah, I mean, but really, like you said, you're going to use it 5 times a year.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, there's what 5-6 home games. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll pass. I'll pass, but I like the effort. Yeah.
Number 4.
All right. Did you see Coach Cal's comments yesterday? He spoke to the media, and he's trying to get somebody to come play. He's just trying to get anybody to come play Arkansas. Nobody will come play. Where do they play? What's their arena? Bud
Walton?
Yeah, Bud Walton. Nobody will come play there. Here's what Coach Cal had to say about it.
Here's the thing about scheduling. You're trying to get games at home, games on the road, and the home games will match with the road game. And then you're trying to get some neutral games. Our Thanksgiving game has been the highest rated game the last 3 years or 2 years, and this year will be the same. We're playing Michigan State in Detroit, playing Indiana in Madison Square Garden, playing Arizona in Phoenix, looking at North Carolina on the road. But we got one more. But here's the crazy thing, and people got to bear with me. We did everything we could to get another home game legitimate. No one would play us. I mean, listen to me. We called 300 people. That means at those top 50, we were calling the president, will you play us here? So, but what happens is next year we have Arizona at home, we have Michigan State at home, and we got an ACC game at home, and you know who I hope that is. So that would be maybe the best home schedule. This year we're maybe the best neutral schedule. But we got one more to announce.
Okay, if they called 300 people, that he's basically saying they called the entire NCAA.
Well, I just saw that Doug Gottlieb, radio host and coach at Green Bay, tweeted, for $120,000, coach, Green Bay Phoenix will play you at Bud Walton Arena, #WooPig.
Well,
So
he
there's
said,
one. Maybe
he
they
said,
didn't
he
call
said
them.
they were looking for a high level opponent.
okay.
Yeah. Although didn't Green Bay go to the NCAA tournament?
Feel like-
Yeah.
well, they were good.
Or
They
they were
weren't like
good.
a
Yeah. Maybe
disaster.
they didn't
The
win their
first year they
conference
were
tournament.
terrible,
I mean, I know Memphis would do it.
Yeah.
I think Memphis would
You
do
would
it.
think so.
I mean, Memphis a little bit different in the sense that they would for sure want a return game, which
I think that's the problem.
Cal's not going to give you that.
I think a lot of these teams want a home and home.
Like the best case scenario, and me and GP have talked about this for Memphis, if you could make it happen. And we did get news that they are going to play each other again in an exhibition game this year, which is pretty cool. But I think because you got to give Cal like a little bit extra. He always wants to win the battle for where you. But so you would play in Fayetteville. You would hopefully get a home game here. And then could you do a neutral in Little Rock? Like that's going to be majority Arkansas fans, and Memphis fans could drive to it. I think it would be awesome. I mean,
why do you need neutral? Just play
because Cal wants it.
Yeah, I think what you would if you were going to ever make that series happen, I think what you'd have to do is 2 in Fayetteville, 1 in Memphis.
Yeah.
But could he compromise with Little Rock? I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a guy who's like big on compromise.
No,
I don't know.
But I would
personally.
do that. I would do 2 in Fayetteville, 1 in Memphis, just to get that
He
series
complained
running.
about the schedule when he was here. He complained about the schedule. He's always complained about the schedule. And
he's also
apologizing to the fans. No one will play us. No one will play us.
That's what it is. He's like making excuses because he's like, we have season ticket holders where people want us to have games in Fayetteville. Like, I get it. Like he's trying to say we called everybody, we tried.
Yeah. But next year's home schedule is going to be the best ever.
Yeah,
so that's good.
But I like that they're doing the exhibition game. Munns had this morning that the Tigers are going to play Arkansas. They're going to play in Fayetteville in an exhibition game, and they're going to play at Mississippi State as well.
Why do they have exhibition games?
Well, okay, so
what's the point of that?
I saw someone say that it might just be a rumor right now, but that they're talking about potentially televising these things, which would be the best idea ever because when college basketball season starts, and Gary talks about this all the time, it is the weakest kickstart of any of the major sports.
It's like a trickle. It's
like
not
college basketball. It's just here, and it's like, oh, college basketball's back. Everything else, it's like week 1. We're here, build up.
It's sort of like week 0 in college football. Like the way the week 0 kind of comes up, and you're like, oh, look.
Well, that's why Cal also suggested that they play the conference tournament the first 3 weeks of the season.
I think it would be so smart to televise some of these exhibition games, especially if these high-level programs are going to play each other. Just because all these teams are completely new rosters for the most part now every season, so you get to see your team before the season actually starts and kind of build a level of excitement about it. I think they should do it.
I saw some clips over the weekend of the University of Memphis. Did you guys see that? The basketball practice, they had like some open things, and they had cameras there, and then get excited. You start watching, you're like, oh, maybe this is a year. Maybe we got a little something. Maybe Penny's got some guys this year. This could be it.
You keep believing that.
We'll see once they have some exhibitions, because that's when it gets that's when the road meets the rubber.
That's right.
I think they're going to be good this year.
So here we go.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good this year.
They were knocking down threes.
I don't have any. I have nothing to prove that, by the way. I'm just telling you what I think.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Number 5.
Okay, let me nerd out a little bit. Me and you were talking about a Comic-Con was this weekend.
Yeah.
In San Diego. We did get some big announcements.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest announcement is we got a new Black Panther.
Yeah.
We're getting Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler is directing. He's back. Of course, coming off of Sinners, which is one of the biggest movies ever.
Did he direct? He didn't do Black Panther 2?
He did. Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah. So he'll do the whole trilogy. So we got a new Black Panther. It's David Johnson. I love this casting. So this guy was in Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
He was great in it. He was in The Long Walk. It's that new.
Oh yeah, that like horror kind of movie thing.
It's on HBO Max right now. I think it's called The Long Walk. It's based on Stephen King.
The Long
novel.
Walk.
Yes. He's great, and so I'm excited about this casting. It sounds like that. So Letitia Wright is back as Shuri. So I guess she's Black Panther right now. I guess she's gonna hand the mantle over.
Apparently he's T'Challa's son.
He is T'Challa's son, so it makes sense. And so it's kind of fun. Like,
did I say this is December of 28?
Yes, that's correct. We announced.
We got some build-up.
Yeah,
for this
man.
thing. What are we going to be doing December of 28?
Clearly, they haven't even started this.
We announced these things way in advance now. The other, big announcements from the Marvel stuff was they announced the upcoming slate, and I'm so glad Kevin Feige, who runs Marvel Studios, he basically said we're gonna slow play this thing and try to build the story and let it breathe a little bit, because the past couple years, man, they've been releasing new TV shows every couple months, new movies every couple, and it's just been complete overkill in my opinion. It is just people have been like, it's too much. I can't follow along anymore. I can't keep up with all this. I'm one of them. So they've got this weekend the new Spider-Man comes out. Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're going to see it Saturday. Then you got Avengers Doomsday in December around Christmas time. Then you don't get another Marvel movie until a year later when Avengers Secret Wars comes out. Then Black Panther 3 will be a year from then in December 2028. And you've also got a new Ghost Rider movie starring Ryan Gosling, which is coming out that year as well.
Isn't there a new Deadpool something happening too?
No, they haven't announced it yet. But
I saw Ryan Reynolds walking around in the costume.
He was there,
Comic-Con.
which was cool. That was cool that he put on the. Nobody knew it was him. They just thought it was some guy,
doing the voice,
cosplaying as Deadpool, and so a bunch of people got pictures with him, which is cool. But I'm glad that they're doing this and spreading it out a little bit and letting people build some excitement because it's too much.
I told Bennett last week, I when the first Avengers movies came out, I was like, all right, cool, this is fun. And then I just it was too much and I got lost in it.
Right.
And you care about it. You're a person who's into it.
I do consume it all, but it's even become too much for me.
Yeah, it's too much for you. I'm like a casual guy and I'm like, oh, whatever. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with it, but you actually want to keep up with it, and you were unable to.
It's tough. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I'm trying to watch all this stuff leading up. I'm trying to watch Daredevil Brand New Day because it kind of ties into the new Spider-Man movie coming. There's no way I'm going to finish it. I've watched 4 episodes, so I got no chance. It's just too much. I'm glad that they're slowing it down a little bit.
And this is the slow time of year where we should be able to watch stuff for us. Right. This is there's no basketball games. There's only baseball is pretty much it right now.
Yeah.
No college football, no NFL. And I still don't have time to watch stuff I want to watch. I started watching that show Silo on Apple TV 3 weeks ago. I've watched 4 episodes. I don't have an hour at a time to watch that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. You want to take one more break? We'll come back. And
do you want me to add one? Can I add one?
Yeah, what you got, Fish?
All right, SEC Media Days was last week.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this was on my vacation where I went down Twitter rabbit holes. You media people who want to make a big stink about someone starting a question by saying, talk about.
Yeah.
Get over it. It's not a big deal. If someone says, sometimes it's the best way or easiest way to ask someone to discuss something.
I disagree with you.
Because sometimes there are athletes or coaches who, if you don't say it, they just have nothing to say.
Well, that means, but okay.
So if I just say, hey, talk about your first couple of weeks of practice. I mean, it's very simple.
That's not a question.
So what?
I'm one of the people who will go on this hill.
Why does it have to be a question?
Because you're asking a question. It's a question and answer.
Why does it have to be a question? Why does it have to be a formality question with a question mark at the end? Why can't I just say, if I look at you and say, talk about the first couple of games of Summer League, you know what you would do? Talk about the first couple games of Summer League. Or would you look at me and go, that's not a question?
Unless I'm a professional athlete, because a lot of times you ask them things. I mean, this is your job. You ask questions of people for a living.
When Lionel Hollins was the coach of the Grizzlies.
He's a coach.
He hated me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't alone. So it's not that he hated me. He hated talking to me.
Okay.
So there was that.
During the call,
we were playing in Boston, and the PR director for the team at the time comes up to me and says, all right, coach said from now on, the post game, just ask him to talk about the game. And me, in my mind, I'm like, oh, great, I have to say, talk about the game, right? So then I'm thinking to myself, well, why doesn't he just come out and make a statement? Nope. He wants you to start it. I want you to say, just talk about the game. So every game, I'd say, coach, talk about tonight's game. And he'd go, and then he'd have a long answer, and it was great. It was the easiest thing in my career to have to deal with Lionel Hollins by basically only having to say, Coach, talk about the game. We'd get our ass kicked by 40, and I'm like, Coach, talk about the game, and he'd go on, and he'd talk about it, and it was great. But I could see the snickering from the other media. People go, talk about that's not a question. So what? Shut up. I got out of them what I need to get out of them.
But then he asked you.
That's by saying talk about, get over yourself. yourselves, you media people who just think you're, you media people.
Yeah, that's fine. He asked you to do that.
He did.
If you're in the post-game press conference and Zach Randolph comes and sits down at that table, and you say, Zach, talk about the game. What are you going to get?
Well, you wouldn't just say talk about the game. Talk about your performance tonight. He'd talk about his performance. Instead, or you could actually go to Zach Randolph and say, hey, Zach, you had a big game tonight.
Talk about it.
What was
talk about
what
it.
was working well for you
That's
tonight?
different.
You know what he'd say?
That's a different question. That's
but this
not
is
talk
what Zach
about.
Randolph would do. If you'd go, what was going well for you tonight? He'd go, yeah, it was just going well for me tonight.
Yeah.
And then he'd be done. And you're like, seriously? You just repeated the question.
Well, what if you said, Zach, talk about the game? He's like, I'll talk about it.
No, he wouldn't. He'd actually talk about the game.
See,
there are certain people in certain circumstances that you can say talk about, and it's not a big to-do about. I mean, just being not a media
at
person.
SEC Media Days, though, like these coaches come out and they have a statement. They all start with a statement, right? I saw Lane Kiffin's was 20 minutes long.
Yes.
He just came out and he'll talk about the game. He'll talk about what you want. He'll talk. So many of these guys, though, and you've interviewed lots and lots and lots of NBA players, as have I. Like, you have, like, the more specific your question can be, generally, the better answer you're going to get out of them. So, going up to a guy and saying, hey, talk about the game. Like, that to me is for the most part, there's certain players who you can say that to, and they'll be fine. They'll talk about it. KCP was one who comes to mind. Last season, you'd be able to go up to KCP and be like, hey, talk about the way you guys played tonight. Or talk about the game. He'll answer it. For the most part, though, like I feel like you got to say, like, look, you guys came from behind in the third quarter tonight, gave up that 6-0 run, but then managed to come back and get the win. How were you guys able to do that? Like, the more specific your question can be, the better.
Zebo would say, well, we were able to come back from that 6-0 with that 6-0 run and able to get the win.
The better your question is, the better your answer is going to be.
I understand. I agree with that 100%. And I'm not saying talk about should be every question you ask, but sometimes it works. And sometimes it fits.
But it depends on the person.
And to be just so demonstrative about saying that you're an idiot. If you say to talk about it, I think it's just foolish to say. And I'm tired of seeing it every year.
I'm going to start a Twitter.
I've done this for a long time, people.
I'm going to start a social media account, and every time you ask that this season on TV, I'm going to clip it and just post it on there. It's going to be called Talk About Fish.
This guy's been in the business for 35 years. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Talk About Fish. That's the name of the account, and it's just going to be you saying, talk about the game. Yeah. Talk about the thing. Like, no, like I'm one of those people who thinks, give me a real question, I'll give you a real answer.
All right. Well, I think there's a time and a place for it.
Let's talk about taking a break. We'll come back. We'll get you GP's carry out. You're watching Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
Pressure-packed moment in sports, hands down, has to be shootout in the World Cup. Because I am a casual fan of the beautiful game called football. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to throw up for all of these teams, for every kick.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball. But the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board. A class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Election season is officially here, and you can make your voice heard with federal and state primary and county general election day on Thursday, August 6th. Don't forget, you can skip the election day rush with early voting running from July 17th through August 1st. Grizzlies.com/vote is where you can stay informed and stay active with all the key voter information for the 2026 elections. Again, visit grizzlies.com/vote. and get involved today.
I thought you were going to say talk about the show.
No,
put me on camera.
I get it by the read for a second. I was about to just be like, talk about something.
And I would have said both teams played hard. Welcome back to Gary Parrish Show. Lang, Rob, Bennett, Kyra. We're almost done with this. Let's do the GP carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
One thing we missed today, well, two things actually. I saw during the show. Charles Huff, who we talked about, has said he's
we're never going to lose a game.
No. He said he's taken the University of Memphis Tigers football team on a retreat.
Oh, yeah.
To Victory Ranch in Bolivar, Tennessee.
Yeah, my daughter's been to Victory Ranch.
No cell
Victory
phones,
Ranch.
no cameras, cut off from the outside world. We're going to channel our inner Remember the Titans.
I was
Trust tree?
just about to say that.
He said. Yeah,
Matt
Anfield reported that.
One of my top 5 all-time favorite movies, my favorite sports movie of all time.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
So I like this. This is good. This is how they came together.
In Silo, the movie that show Silo, I've been watching on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Will Patton, who plays the defensive coordinator and Remember the Titans,
right.
is one of the main characters
Yeah.
in it. And I always think about him saying, "Coach, I need you to get some. I got you a stop. You can get some points on the board." But the other story we were going to talk about was it was announced this morning. Ohio State has signed a jersey patch deal with J.P. Morgan Chase for $17 million a year.
Oh, okay.
Good for them.
I got a Chase card. I guess I'm contributing to this.
How about the Big 12 who got $1 million for a Monster Energy patch
The whole conference.
for the whole conference?
It's kind of cool.
That's unbelievable.
$1 million for the whole conference.
I'm not a big Monster guy, but I mean, the logo looks kind of cool.
$1 million versus 17 for one school. Yeah.
Yeah. Illinois got what, 10, 12, something like that?
Yeah. Anyway, we missed that today. We'll see if more teams start putting these patches on their jerseys.
What's today's biggest game?
Let's
Oh,
go
boy.
to I'm
Braves
glad
Mets.
Fish is here. Okay, stop.
Come on.
We're not doing Braves Mets.
The Mets killed the Braves. We lost 13-4.
Cardinals, Cubs.
Yes,
That's what he was thinking.
That is where we are going tonight, 6:45 on TBS. How does that work locally? Because
You can get it on TBS. It
We'll
won't
still be able
blacked
to-
out. There's no local broadcast.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, 6:45 TBS. I can give you Cubs minus 114 or Cards minus 105.
I'm going Braves Mets because Chris Sale on the bump for the Atlanta Braves. Cy Young winner.
Who we got pitching in that game?
Christian Scott against Chris Sale.
Against McGreevy. I'm going with the Cardinals tonight with Michael McGreevy on the hill. He's been
Okay.
really good for the Cardinals.
Saw the Cubs a couple weeks ago. They beat the Orioles and it was cool. They did. I don't know if they do this at like just premier game. Like that was a big deal. The Cubs coming for a series at Camden Yards, and they had like commemorative shirts. We got one, and it was like one of those 47 branded shirts. It was like I can't remember what it said on it, but it had like the two logos. It's kind of neat.
The
Yeah.
other fun one tonight is Phillies Marlins, just because it's Aaron Nola against Sandy Alcantara.
And the Marlins are trying to snap a 13-game skid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, let's go
of course we are.
What are we watching on TV?
I didn't watch it on TV, Bennett, but I told you I did see The Odyssey.
Okay.
This weekend, and I went into it wanting to be a hater, just to be like
It's in
everyone
your
else
nature,
says. This
yeah.
is great. This is sucked. It was great.
Did you see it on one of the big screens? Are you supposed to see it on a
yeah,
massive screen?
but it wasn't the IMAX screen, but it wasn't a regular screen. It was like the what's they
Did you
have
go
like,
downtown?
Yeah,
It's the MXT.
MXT.
Yeah,
And
that's a
it's-
big screen.
It's big. It's
Yeah.
not, I don't think it's as big as IMAX, but it's big. It was really loud. A loud movie.
Oh yeah.
It was a very loud movie, but I liked the movie a lot. The casting in it, there's some times I was like, okay, like he
Talk about the movie.
He washes up on a shore and is found by Charlize Theron, who looks
She's
like
Calypso. She's a
I get it.
she's a beautiful woman.
I mean, she
man.
was. She looks like she's like straight out of a perfume commercial. The way she comes in, her hair is like blown and everything. She was great, but it was a good movie. I liked it a lot.
Good.
Fun movie.
If you're looking for something to watch on TV tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN tonight, the WWE SummerSlam special on the eve of the biggest party of the summer. ESPN previews the matches taking place at SummerSlam at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, including, I'm fired up about this. We're going to talk.
one?
We're going to talk about this
Yeah.
this week. Obafemi
Yep.
and Minnesota's own Brock Lesnar. This isn't any match. This is Hell in a Cell.
That's right.
Oh.
Hey, so
You know I love a gimmick.
Related-
Hell in a Cell, man. You give me a cell, I'm there.
related to this is on Netflix, they just brought out the new season of WWE Unreal,
I saw that, yeah.
which is awesome. And we watched the first episode last night. It's sort of like Hard Knocks, but for wrestling. But they have cameras in the writers' rooms deciding who's going to win the matches. They have
Yeah.
cameras like they have when Braun Breaker speared Roman Reigns through the table in Paris last year, and as Braun Breaker's leaving the gorilla room, which is what they call the room right before you go out onto the thing, like Triple H calls him over. They're all mic'd up. Triple H said, "Hey man, when you hit him, be serious about it. I don't want any posing. Like hit him, handle your business, get out of there." And Braun Breaker's like, "Yes sir, I got you." And he runs out there and spears him through the table and gives the mean mug and like gets out of there. It's a great show. So if you're like into wrestling a little bit, this like kind of pulls back the curtain on it all, and it's really good, worth watching.
Okay, right on.
What's the best thing we've read?
We talked about Memphis. Did you have something?
I'm reading a book. I just
What are you
downloaded a
reading?
new book.
What are you reading?
It's the #1 book on the New York Times nonfiction bestseller list at the moment. Regime Change. It's about the new Trump administration taking office. Maggie Haberman from the New York Times wrote it.
Okay.
I just downloaded it. It's gotten a lot of really good reviews. They had to do reprints of the book because it sold so many in hardback. So I'm a Kindle guy.
Awesome.
But about to start that one, and I'm
We'll
just,
open on that
just
tomorrow.
finished David Sedaris. Yeah, sure.
Okay, right on. If you want to...
I read. I'm
if
one of
you-
the... Talk
you
about
are-
reading.
you are a
I
reader.
got you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Jonah Dillon, we talked about Memphis football. He wrote a piece about Memphis and USF. They're at full revenue sharing, the only two schools in the American Conference. It's a good piece coming off him going to AAC Media Day, so you can read that over at commercialappeal.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Talk about tomorrow's show, Bennett.
We're going to open on, what's the book? What are we gonna,
Regime Change.
That's the lead.
Yeah.
We're leading with that tomorrow.
I don't know. I gotta finish. I gotta finish the.
Just finish it tonight. So
I
we have
haven't
something to open
started.
on.
I'm reading a Michael Connolly detective book. I gotta finish that one, and then
Okay.
we'll get to it. But we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about whatever. There's college football news happening. There's a couple baseball games. Maybe we'll talk more about LeBron. Who knows? We'll get into some of the Grizzlies.
Vernon will
stuff.
pop in here. We'll have
Vernon
a
will
good show.
be here. We're all in this studio all week, so it's a big family GCM atmosphere.
I love it.
Bennett, appreciate you. Fish, thanks
Yeah.
for coming in,
You're
hanging out
welcome.
with us this week.
Enjoyed it.
And we will take a break. We'll come back. Chris Vernon shall be here in half an hour. After that, Sneak Fest coming on at 2 o'clock with me and Bennett and all the fellas. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching Grind City Media.